Okay, so this is the last technique in Ageless Jiu Jitsu bottom, the Hiza Gatame, the arm bar from half guard using the knee bar from half guard bottom using our legs. So similar to the leech half guard stuff that we've been doing in the club. Again, I'm going to control the inside space and kicking up. I'm going to one-knot underhook, and then I'm going to use my right foot to pass Tyrone's right foot to my left, so that leech hooking. Then I make that scoop grip and I connect my hands. My goal is to pull Tyrone on top of me so that I can straighten out his right leg, but I can also get his right knee over my right hip. I'll get another angle on this in a minute. Once I feel his right knee sandwiched into my right hip, I'm going to take my inside leg, my right leg, and replace my left leg. I'm going to slide it down, and I want my Achilles finding Tyrone's Achilles on his right. So my right Achilles is over Tyrone's right Achilles. From there, then I'm going to make the triangle. So I put the back of my left knee over my right instep, plant my left foot on the mat. My knees are pointing to the ceiling. All I'm going to do is start to turn them towards the mat to my right as I engage my hip. Really, Tyrone can't do too much from this position apart from rotating his knee, which we'll look at in the next move. But he can also change his position. Notice the way he's in half guard top. He can roll over his right shoulder, and I'm going to go with him. I'm pulling out my arm and I'm into an over-under position. Now the problem is, if I keep my right hip over Tyrone's right knee, he can turn his toes in either direction. He'll turn his knee. If he turns his toes, the knee's turned, which is not good for me. So when we come up on top, we keep this over-under grip, and I replace my right hip with my left hip. So now when he tries to turn his knee, it's going to be difficult, and I just engage my hips again. On the top one, we're not turning our knees, we just engage our hips. Just get another angle on that. This is the traditional way of doing it, and then we'll look at Dungannon adds in a wee special detail on stopping the rotation of the toes. So again, from knee sheet half guard, I'm going to kick up, win that underhook, and then I use my right foot to put in the leech hook, that Katasuka hook. Then I win that scoop grip and I get hand to hand. My goal is to pull Tyrone on top of me, try to straighten his right leg and get his right knee over my right hip. Again, it'll just take a little bit of practice to get, you'll feel the sweet spot where his knee is right in my hip. And now from that position, I'm just going to switch hooks. So my left hook gets replaced with my right. I'm going to slide that down to the Achilles, make the triangle. And now from there, my knees are pointing up. I'm going to turn them to my right as I engage my hip. Once I'm there, if Tyrone decides to roll, I'm going to release my grip, so I'm ending up in an over-under position. But as I come up, I switch hips, and I'm putting my left hip over his right knee. I still have that triangle, and now I'm just engaging my hips. If Tyrone tries to turn his toes, very, very difficult, because he's just turning into my body. We'll just get one more angle on that. So from our position, we kick up, we win that underhook, we put in the leech hook, we make the scoop grip, and as I pull Tyrone on top of me, I'm trying to get his leg straight, but I'm also keeping his right hip, or his right knee wedged in my right hip. Then I just switch, so my left passes it back to my right, which slides down, Achilles to Achilles, lock the triangle, plant my left foot on the mat, so I'm driving off my left foot, pinch with my knees, start to turn my knees to my right as I engage my hips. If he decides to roll, I'm going to go with him. I end up in an over-under position, but as I come up on top, I just put my hip over his hip. So I'm replacing my right hip with my left hip. I keep my triangle on, and I'm just engaging my hip. His knee's just wedged in here. So that is the traditional way of finishing the knee bar with your legs.